Hello, wonderful folks, and welcome to my kitchen. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you a trade secret that my family's had in our family for generations, okay? Now, I recently have been learning how to cook, and with that has come a lot of struggles and challenges and a lot of burnt dishes. But here's my magnum opus. So today, I'll be teaching you a little something that I call boiling water. Now, I know it seems like this is gonna be a really tough task. I know that it's gonna take the strongest of the strongest viewers to really get this task down. But I'm gonna walk you through every step of the way, and I'm gonna hold your hand, okay? Because, well, I was there before. I know how it feels like to be absolutely incompetent at cooking. And so I understand your struggle, and I'll be there for you. So join me together. Take my hand right over here. And join me as we learn this extremely difficult dish, boiling water. Right, so first thing you must do before doing anything regarding cooking is to wash your hands. And this is true whether you're cooking Alfredo pasta or for the experts in the audience, if you're boiling water, you have to wash your hands. Because this is an extremely important technique, okay? Messing up this technique can ruin your food. And, well, if you let your food get contaminated, it can cause a worldwide pandemic and kill everyone on board who decided to try your disgusting boiling water. And so say you're having a dinner party and you've invited over guests who are extreme boiling water fiends. They love the taste of boiling water. So what are you gonna tell them? Are you gonna say, hey, try my boiling water, it's totally fine, knowing full well you didn't wash your hands well? And then completely offend them by getting them sick and then possibly killing them? That's not right. So you have to wash your hands, and I'm about to show you how to, the Chinazaa way. Right, so I'm gonna take this step by step because I want you guys to get this completely to the point. Okay, so first you put some soap on your hands. Make sure it's all lathered up. Clap a few more times. Okay, you got it. And now you do a little bit of a drizzle of water. Clap at least 5 more times just to make sure it's all in your hands. Now, let me just take a break real quick and explain to you what I did there. This in the industry is what we call chop hands. Okay, so do it with me at home if you are looking and paying attention. So chop hands. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 1, 2. Exactly like that. Okay, so you want to do those hand motions. And you can actually see my hands. They look crystal clear. I can actually see through my skin and I can see my veins. That's how clean my hands are, okay? So again, chopped hands, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 1. And then clap 5 times, just for good measure. Then you're done. That's how you wash your hands the Chinazaa way, the only good way to wash your hands. So make sure that you're keeping that in mind when you're taking future cooking lessons or just completely blowing up your kitchen yourself. And so now you've got to get your pot of boiling water and make sure that you're transferring it safely over to the sink to retrieve some water for your boiling. Now, it is extremely important that you make sure that you fill your pot up to a certain point, because if you even fill it up an inch above the correct level, well, that will cause a poisonous gas leakage in your house, and that's not good at all. And if you fill it down below the correct level, then you just have bad tasting boiled water. And nobody wants bad tasting boiled water, of course. So fill it up exactly halfway. And it doesn't matter what pot you have. It just matters that you fill it up exactly half of that pot. Doesn't matter if you have a cauldron, fill up exactly halfway. Doesn't matter if you have a teaspoon, fill it up halfway, okay? All right, so that sounds good. Let's move on to the next step. And so now you've got your boiled water, okay? And here comes a very important step. We've actually got to set it to the correct heat setting. Now, I don't know if you have electric stoves or gas stoves. Today we are going to be using a gas stove, but I'm sure you can estimate for an electric stove, you know, just take a guess. But yeah, so what we want to do is put it on a heat of 4, okay? So we're gonna put it on 4. And we wanna make sure that it is kind of getting used to the heat. It's feeling comfortable. You wanna ask the pot questions about their level of comfort, okay? Because really, if we build a good relationship, then we are making sure that we're caring about the pot. And it's gonna be more likely to give us a good batch of boiling water. So pot, how are you feeling today? I hope that you're doing well. You're doing a good job of boiling that water so far. I wish you all the best. Okay, now, if you wanna get your boiling water to be a little bit spicy, I recommend that you add some salt to it. And salt is quite easily found in a lot of houses, so this shouldn't be very hard to find at all. So here's our salt. And we're just going to add a little sprinkle, okay? I would say half a tablespoon of salt. All right, so we want to make sure that our measurements are quite correct. Now, I would usually say to stir around the salt to make sure that it's evenly distributed across the boiling water. But as you remember from a few seconds ago, we did talk to boiling water and we did ask for it to do a good job, and we congratulated it on the job it was doing so far. So there's a good chance that the boiling water will stir it for us and we'll be all fine.
Watch that water boil like it never has before. As I watch that water boil like you're dancing on the floor. Ooh.
And so I hope that you can hear that our water is boiling and you can actually see that it is sufficiently boiling. You know the boiling water is very good when you get that white stuff on the edges. Ooh. Hear that sizzle. But yeah, we're just gonna wait a few more seconds for it to be totally done. And the way that you can tell that it's done is when you see bubbles that are pretty big. And so you're like, hey, that's a big bubble. I could probably pop that with a sphere. And yeah, that's how you know it's done. Okay, so we are gonna call that time. Look at that salt. It is sufficiently boiled. Let's turn that heat off. And so now you can see your water is boiling still. No, it's not. It is. Pretend that it is. And we're gonna do a taste test. We're gonna see if my methods really hold true in real life. Just a little too salty.